Okay, you guys, welcome to our last team call of November. I cannot even believe it. I'm so excited to go into December, and I've just been thinking a lot about. I feel like we're all kind of on the same page and all kind of struggling in a way of all the things. And like, I love that we're like getting our health and everything back in check and like really like leaning back into each other. But I have realized we're all kind of stuck. And so I was listening to a podcast, and I'm gonna do my whole team call on this podcast because it just like really hit me that it was called "Are You Unintentionally Choosing to Stay Stuck and Choosing to Stay Miserable in Your Life?" And I'm like, oh my gosh, like it made so much sense because I think sometimes we don't realize we're choosing. We are totally choosing to stay stuck. We have like the ability to pull ourselves out of whatever we're in, but for some reason, we're happy where we are because it's the easy choice. But what's funny is in our head, we feel like it's the easy choice. But if we only knew what we could achieve and how amazing we'd feel if we quit letting ourselves stay stuck. And so, anyway, it was this podcast. She's talking about this book called Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. And I want to listen to that book too. She said it's a huge book, it's super thick, but she said it's so good. And in the book, the girl, okay, so there's this girl and she's a therapist. And so, but just like a therapist, she needs a therapist too. So she's talking to her own therapist and she's just talking about how, so she's dating this guy and they're both in their 40s, and he had all of his kids were like older and in college, and she had like an 8-year-old kid, and they had dated for like a year and a half, and all of a sudden he's just like, you know what, I need to break this off because I do not want to raise another kid. I've raised all my kids. I don't want another kid that's gonna be in the house for another 10 years. Like I'm ready to like do my own things, and like you're in a whole different space than me. So she's talking to her therapist about how hard it was because she's watching him just travel and enjoy his life, just like nothing even happened. And all she could do is sit and like stalk him on Facebook and see what he was doing. And she's miserable, like just so miserable and staying stuck in her sadness and like not able to pull herself out of it. And so the therapist said, if you are choosing to suffer, you must be getting something out of it. Like why are you choosing to sit and like stalk him and worry about what he's doing in his life when he's just chosen to move on and like move forward in his life and do all the things that he wants to do in his life? But you're choosing to stay miserable. So what are you getting from this? Like, are you maybe grasping onto like you still have that connection because you're seeing all of his pictures? Are you, you feel like you're maybe you're getting other people's like sympathy because you're so sad and you're just like telling everyone about it and feeling sad, and like you're getting something from it. So you need to choose different. You need to choose to like pull yourself out of it and realize the things that you could have out of this life if you didn't stay in this spot. Like you're keeping yourself from meeting a guy who would really love your kid, or, doing the things you want to do in life because you're sitting here like kind of jealous of the life that he has. And so, anyways, she just went on to say, like, um, you wouldn't stay stuck if you weren't getting something out of it. So you gotta like dig deep. Like, what are you getting out of like not building your business and not moving your life forward? Like, what is it that's keeping you here? And she was saying like in life there are things that are gonna happen. Like there's inevitable things that are gonna happen. Like you're gonna have pain, you're gonna have suffering, but and you don't have a choice for that when it comes your way, but it's your choice if you choose to like live in that and not move yourself out of it. And so it just made me think about this a lot because I'm like, okay, like I've had a lot of years of struggle, of like money issues and like not being able to like buy a house that we want to buy, not being able to go on vacations that we want to go on, not being able to buy our kids the things that we want to buy them. And why is that fun? Like, why am I feeling more comfortable to stay there and to move forward? And a lot of times it can be like kind of scary to level up in your life. Like thinking to yourself, am I ready to like grow a business and put time into that and lead a team and lead all these people to get to where I want to be? Or do I just feel more comfortable staying right where I am in the struggle, not like growing as a person, not able to build the dreams that I want to build because I'm scared, like we're living in fear. And so she's just talking about how you're never really ready to level up. You're never really ready to like run the team or lead the people, but you can like lean into the fear and learn to dance in the fear and learn to like level yourself up by taking action. And not taking action is going to hold you like in that fear and scared to ever take the action that you need to take to be the person that you want to be, to create the things that you want to create. And it just makes so much sense. And like, I think in my head, I see these huge teams and I see them taking them on these big retreats and I see like all the gifts that they're able to gift their teams. And like, it feels unreal to me sometimes. Like, how could I ever manage that? How could I ever like run with like be the leader of that many people and help them succeed when I've struggled succeeding and all that kind of stuff? I think it's just all a mindset. And because like it does feel a little hard, then I choose to stay stuck instead of leaning into the hard, leaning into the fear, leaning into the things that will actually maybe aren't near as hard. It probably is a heck of a lot easier than we think it is, but because we're not there, we hold ourselves here. And um, let's see. She said, stop saying you don't have the time for the things that you need to do to get you unstuck because that's just a cop out. When I've noticed with myself, like I tell myself, oh my gosh, I need to find more time in my day. I need to have more time to do this. I need to have more time. But do I have a lot of time cleaning my house or doing laundry or like doing all these things around my house or scrolling on my phone or whatever? Like I have all these little pockets of time that I am wasting so much freaking time that I could be moving out of the stuck place that would feel so amazing. And it's crazy how like I don't know, I was like thinking about like there really can't be anything worse than struggling with money and struggling to be able to like fix your car and like move into a house or pay your bills or like if your kids ask for something that they need, like struggling to come up with the money to even help them get the things that they need. Like there's nothing that can be that hard. And so we need to flip our mindsets and stop choosing the stuck, the stress. Like literally, do you know how easy it is when you finally get back in the groove to just send off 20 messages and not care? Like just send the messages and see what happens. Who cares if they say no? Who cares if they are like, why are you asking me if I need to lose weight? Like, who cares? you're moving your life forward. You're planting those seeds. You're maybe there's people who are going to be rude about it. Who cares? Like, just know that you have all these good intentions, that it's changed your life and you're ready to help them change their life. And because you're going to stop holding yourself at not doing anything and feeling stuck and not moving anything forward, then you, because you're going to start doing those things, like you can change your life. You can create this like future for your kids that you never knew was possible. And it's funny because like I was at the point once in my business, like I think this weekend made me really start thinking about some things because um my son-in-law, we were talking about like trips we had been on, and he's wanting to like take Zoe on a cruise, and she's like, what? She's like, I don't really like cruises that much. And so we were just talking about like land vacations and like staying at all inclusive places. And so he was asking like what the price difference was with like a cruise and a land vacation. And I was like, you know what? We didn't even have to pay for any of our vacations. Like I earned every one of them. I don't know the price difference. Like he's like, what? You like can earn these trips? And then I started thinking like, why have I let go of all of these amazing things that Beachbody has brought into my life? Because I've gone on a ton of trips. I've earned a ton of things, a ton of prizes, a ton of income. Like well over $100,000 I've made in Beachbody in the last few years. And yet I have taken so little action in the last few months that when you take no action, you start believing that you just can't do this. Like it's weird. I think it's crazy how your mindset just when you get scared, you live in fear when you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't done that for so long. I don't even know how to get back to that. How am I going to ever get there? But when you start taking the action, it's easy. Like I remember one day I was talking to Callie and she's like, oh my gosh, Katie, I don't know why I make this so hard because I've spent a couple of days sending messages and now I have nonstop talk conversations going on. It's so easy, like once you do it. And it's funny because we just haven't done it for months. And so we're all stuck here thinking it's so freaking hard and it's not. So we just need to get out of our own freaking way. We need to believe that we are capable of any amount of people on our team. Like, I think it's just as easy to lead one person as it is to lead thousands of people. They all hop on the team call, you lead by example, you share your journey, you teach them to share their journey, and the leaders will rise up. And those are the ones that will get most of your attention. But it's like, we gotta like narrow down what it is that's freaking us out about growing this business and knock it out of our way or learn to dance with it. Like she's saying, you can't really kick fear to the curb or punch it in the face, like people say, but you can learn to dance in the fear and take the action in the fear. And pretty soon, your fears will change. You'll never really get rid of fears because you're always leveling up. You're always like going to the next level and doing bigger things. But you'll learn that it's just fear. You can get past it and keep moving if you keep taking action. So, I didn't even follow my notes, but I was just, let's see. I think a lot of it is fear of the unknown, fear of like, how are you gonna do this when you get there? Like, sometimes it just feels easier to stay the person that you are rather than, oh my gosh, if I level up, if I become like this leader, and then I'm gonna have to speak. Like, they might ask me to speak on the National Wake Up Call. They might ask me to speak at leadership. They might ask me to speak at summit. Like there's all these bigger things that as you level up, it can be like intimidating and scary, but also how freaking amazing is that to have those goals to just keep leveling up. That's why we're here on this earth. We're not here to just stay the same person. And like, imagine all of the people that you can influence as you grow into that person. And as you are able to speak on things, and as you are able to lead these people to create like incomes and futures for their families. Like, how awesome is that? So, anyways, this was so good. And I was just like thinking about, you know, why is it? Like, we just need to dig into our own, like, what is it? Why are we happy where we are when we're in struggle? And we're not like, well, there's a lot of coaches and stuff that weren't even really in a financial struggle when they started this, but they were like not wanting for anything, but they've dug so deep to just be able to like get past, like, it's not about the money, it's about like just helping people and influencing people and becoming like this amazing leader for other people and having kind of a purpose. And so I just want you guys to dig into, I think for December, my goal is to get unstuck so that I can go into 2021 in a rhythm. And because I want for you guys to like see all the things that this business has to offer, not only like the income, but like being able to earn those trips. Like, I love listening to Ryan like talk to Kate about our trips and how amazing they were. And I'm like, we could have never done that without Beachbody. Like, we have been to some of the most amazing places, and for all free because of helping people every single month. And it is not that hard if we just do it. So I want you guys to think about, like, what is it, do you think, that you are choosing to stay where you are? What's keeping you there? Like, is it fear? Is it um, that maybe it just feels easier? And then I want you to think about like what you really want. Like, get clear on, is this what you want? Like, where you're at right now? Because if it is, then yeah, like, you don't need to put in the work. But if it's not where you want to be, like, get clear on where you want to be and what you're willing to do to make it happen. Because I think it's so worth it. I think it's so worth putting in an hour or two every single day into this business to create the things you really want in this life, and to be able to provide for your family in a way that you never thought you could, and to be able to create the memories and experiences that you've always wanted to create. And I think the older I get, like this weekend, I was just thinking, like, I just want memories. I want memories. I want experiences. And a lot of that takes income. It takes money. It takes things to be able to create like the stuff that you want to create for your family. So um I want to hear from you guys, like what you're thinking about December and how you want to end this month, and also like, what do you think it is that's keeping you right where you're at? I know it's kind of a deep question.
I'm staring Kylie down like, you need to go first.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure. I always go first, so it's your turn.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like, I've already mentioned that I just am not a pushy person, and I feel like that is one of my biggest limiting beliefs, I guess, because every time I start, I'm like, I'm going to do this. This is the time. This is the last time I'm going to start for the first time, like starting as a new coach, you know? And then I start, and at first it's okay. And then it's just like, I just feel awkward doing it. Like, I feel awkward when people, like, I don't know what it is, because I'm not really an awkward person. I feel like I don't feel like I can talk to people easily. But when I just feel like I'm forcing it, and I don't want to feel like I'm forcing it. And, but at the same time, I'm like, but I want to help these people. Like, I want to help them. I want them to have what I have. So why do I do that? Like, why do I do that to myself? I can't figure that part out, because I just feel so awkward trying to talk to people. And then I don't know, like when they say, when everyone says you need to make connections, it's like, but how? So that you don't feel like you're forcing yourself on these people, really. Like, because I know like a ton of people that I know are always like, oh, they just want something out of me. Like, they just want me to buy stuff from them, even Beachbody coaches. And there's just like, but at the same time, I believe in what we do, and I love this community, and I love the opportunity. So why can't I push myself through that stupid tiny little thing that I know I can if I just stop?
Well, and I think maybe that needs to start with like an affirmation that you say every day, like, because I think that can be totally a limiting belief. Like, I don't want to be pushy. This is so awkward. Like going into it like that, it's gonna feel awkward. But I think one thing that Shelly taught me when she was coaching, like, was she'd just go into her invites like, whose lives do I get to change today? Like, I'm so excited to send these messages, and who's the lucky person who's gonna say yes and change their life when they don't even know that they get to change their life today. And so I think it's just going into it with a different mindset of like, this isn't awkward. What would have I done if I didn't find my coach, if I didn't start on this journey? Like, and who cares if they're not ready right now? If I plant the seed, they're going to watch me and one day they'll be ready. Like, I think it's just all the mindset, and not at all thinking to yourself, like, this is awkward. I don't want to be pushy. And like, only thinking of, you're here to change someone's life. If they're not ready, it's okay. But one day they will be. And whoever does say yes, you're going to be there to help them every step of the way. Like, it's a positive thing. It's not at all an awkward thing. And I do think there's a way of like, yeah, you got to connect. Like, I think it's big to share in your stories who you are, your family, like all that kind of stuff, more than just your fitness, because I think that's where people connect with you. And when you do send the invite, they feel like they know you. And so it's not like this, I don't know, like, I'm not one to be like, oh, your shirt's so cute. Where did you get it? Because I have people say weird things to me all the time, and I don't respond because I think it's so annoying when people do that. Um, so I think for me, it's like, I would much rather, like, I have people out of the blue will just be like, hey, like, I don't know if you knew this, but I am in this like makeup. Do you have like your favorite kind of makeup? Or are you like open to looking at my kind of makeup or whatever? Like, to me, it's your business. You're growing a business right here. It's, yeah, you don't need to be like slimy and you want to buy this, whatever. But an invite to change your life through a fitness thing is not weird to me. Like, if, yeah, and I don't even think you need to be pushy about it. It's an invite. Like, this has changed my life, and I wanted to see if you're interested in like starting your journey. It's not weird. And I think that's just got to flip out of your head, like, because, and so maybe finding some affirmations of like, I get to change people's life every day, and I freaking love it. Like, who am I gonna find today that is gonna join my team, that we're gonna become best friends? Like, this is gonna be so much fun. You know what I mean? Like, flipping it to that instead of, this is awkward, I don't want to be pushy, because there's so many people in this business that aren't pushy people. And it's, you really don't have to be pushy, maybe more persistent, like, and at doing your invites and following up with people. Like, hey, did you get my message? Like, just wanted to check back with you or whatever. Like, you don't really have to be pushy, just like make sure that you don't forget about people type thing. And when they're ready, they're ready. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And no matter what, if you stay consistent with invites and talking to people, there will be people ready. And it doesn't matter how good they know you. It doesn't matter like that you're best friends or anything. It just matters that you're consistent on social media. They can put that through your stuff and realize like, yeah, you're here and you're ready to help them. So I hope that helped. Hey, Cal.
Okay, kind of along with that, if you struggle with affirmations, like thinking that you're lying to yourself, like that's something that I struggle with, Kylie. Like, I love Moira Kusaba's, like how she does her affirmations. Like, she has you write down things that she calls them contrast statements, where like things that you're struggling with, those limiting beliefs, you know, like, so you write down all of your limiting beliefs, the things that you're telling yourself that limits you, and then you kind of flip it around and you write, she calls them clarity statements. But I like how, like, she'll say, more and more I am loving, you know, the connections that I'm making with people, or, you know, like, so it's like you're building up to that, you know, instead of like, I am, you know, this thing that you're not right now. And so I've always struggled with affirmations like that, because I'm like, I feel like in my head, I'm like, that's a lie, you know. So it doesn't really work if you're telling yourself the opposite thing that the affirmation is telling you. So anyway, I really like Moira Kusaba, like how she talks about building your vision and coming up with those affirmations and stuff. But okay, so the thing that I am totally struggling with, and this whole week, I was actually at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm done being a coach because I suck at it. Like, I'm not doing anything, you know. And I have realized, like, the thing that's holding me back so much is that I've been doing it for so long and I've never gotten consistent at it. And so when I start, you know, like posting about it, then I'm like, everybody who's following me knows that this is just going to be a flash in the pan and that I'll be gone again, because I have been so inconsistent. And so, like, for me, that's where I've got to start, is just getting to that consistency at a level that I feel confident in. And I don't know how to get there, because I struggle with posting. I struggle with videos. I mean, with stories now. And I'm just like in my mind. But I know that also that also would be flipped if I were building relationships with new people. Because I'm just looking at all the old people that are following me and knowing what they're thinking, you know, and they probably really aren't thinking anything about me, honestly. But, you know, those who do watch, they know that I'm not going to stick it out, you know. So I've got to get to that consistency if I'm going to do anything with this business, because that's my number one limiting belief, is that I can't be consistent. So.
Okay, yeah, and I agree with that. Like, I think it's gonna definitely take like planning, like on a Sunday, because posting has always been a hard thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's gonna take like on a Sunday, like you going through and being like, hey, Monday, I'm gonna post this. Tuesday, I'm gonna post this. Like, planning out your week of posts, and even maybe finding some pictures that go along with it, or knowing what kind of picture you're going to take to go with it, and setting an alarm and just posting every single day and like proving to yourself, oh my gosh, I just posted every single day for 7 days. Like Autumn said, like one day at a time, one post at a time. Like, it's just gotta be, you can't look at like oh my gosh, like I'll post tomorrow because like I just don't know. And then like the next day comes and you're not sure what to post, so you push that, because I went through that too. And it's like every day you just keep pushing it out till pretty soon it's like, oh my gosh, it's been like a week since I posted and I don't know what to even post about. And then you're
Yeah.
100% out of the habit, you know? So I think it does
Yeah.
have to be just like one post a day and
Yeah.
get really good at that.
Yeah. Cause like my struggle is having the focus. Like I really struggle with focus, like long enough to like get my thoughts together. And so I don't know if I can like you said, on a Sunday, like not just plan all of my posts, but actually like write all of my posts, like at a, like know that this is okay every week. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have them ready to post every, so I don't even have to think
Copy and
about it.
paste. Yeah.
And so I think that's definitely something but it's just finding that window of time that I feel mental clarity enough that I can do it, because my brain is, anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like if you just, I think a big thing that helped me too when I first started coaching that I need to get back to is planning out my month. Like every single week, like we know, okay, I'm gonna run a free group and I'm gonna start my challenge group and then I'm gonna run a sneak peek or whatever. And one thing that really helped me is the first 2 weeks of the month, like talking about my challenge groups, talking about my challengers, talking about like how much like accountability has helped, talking about, you know what I mean? Like weaving that into your life, like how it's helped you, how challenge groups helped you, how a challenge group, all about your challenge groups, invites to your challenge groups. And then the second 2 weeks of the month talking about coaching and how coaching's changed your life and how it's held you accountable and helped you step up to lead groups and help you to stay here for this long. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and you can kind of tell the same story over and over and over in your posts in different ways. Like, it doesn't have to be a whole brand new theme and story every single time you post. Like, a lot of people don't see your posts every time. So you got to
And I've
remember
got to
that.
keep it simple. I've always felt like I needed to write like something that would, that is like, I don't know, that will inspire everybody. And it doesn't
And
really have to be that way. I just
a
need to
lot of
put
times,
it out
like
there.
Micah's posts, I think it's almost harder to keep it short and simple.
Yeah.
Like, but a lot of times Micah's posts are like 3 sentences, like just so simple and to the point. And
Mhm.
a lot of like the top coaches are like they don't, because a
Well,
lot of people don't sit and read that.
yep. I think it was Janelle Summers when I first started, like she was talking about posts and stuff. And she said, honestly, until you get to a certain level of success as a coach, you really, like those long posts do you no good, because nobody is going to sit there and read them all unless they see that you have success, and they're going to take the chance, the time to read it. And she's like, you kind of have to earn your position, as an influencer, to be able to write those long posts that people will pay attention to. And I'm like, that's so true. And I've always struggled keeping my posts short. So I've just gotta.
Yeah, so maybe make yourself like a little calendar for December. I'm gonna make myself a calendar for December and have a game plan for every single day and like know when I'm inviting to what, know what I am posting about, and just kind of make it, because yeah, every day can't just be like, hey, like about your journey and your workout, and like it's gotta be like, a whole story, the whole like package
Yeah.
that people
Mhm.
get when they jump in with you. And so I think that's huge, is to just plan it out. And especially in
Yeah,
December,
I
it's
should
going
do
to be a
that.
busy month. But I think it'd be so good too if, like, after Christmas, if we ran a sneak peek into coaching to get some people in for like the first part of the
Mhm.
year. And um and with like 9 weeks control freak coming out, like all this stuff, like we got to have a game. Because
Yep.
it's like a lot of times now I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm like last second, this is launching tomorrow and I haven't even posted about it, and we need to be posting every day this week about it because it launches next week.
Yeah.
So
I thought the sample workout was supposed to be up today.
she said that on her stories on Instagram, she said they're not doing a sample workout because all of the workouts need equipment pretty much.
Equipment.
And
I
so
was looking at
they put a video in there instead that's like a getting started type video of everything that you can expect and what you need for it. And so they're not really
so
gonna have,
if you get what's coming with the pack, do you know?
yeah, you get the like thing, the door thing, and
Oh, you do?
uh-huh.
For the accessories bundle, you get the door track, the ball, what else is in it? There's something else.
Yeah. Maybe I'll pull it up.
I know you don't get the step,
Yeah.
and um,
Most of us already have the step.
the door
Yeah,
track, I think, is actually pretty pricey. Like if you try and find it, she said on Amazon, you'd be spending more. And
and
then,
they're not near as good.
yeah, and they're not as good because Beachbody they were the ones that made the thing that can go up and down.
Oh,
Like they created that, is what Autumn was saying. At least that's what I understood with what she was saying, because that's what she like wanted, but couldn't figure it out,
I hope.
of like to go up and down and like in the middle. And so I think
The only place I will be able to use that is in my office then. So
It's got to be on a door too that closes towards you.
or doesn't close towards
Oh,
you.
doesn't close towards you.
The only way that you would be able to use it is if there was a lock on it, if it comes towards you. That's for safety. So
Yeah,
I have to actually do it on
push
the other
out.
side of my door.
Yeah.
So like right by my stairs, that's my door, but there's a wall right here. And so I have to do it, and it comes towards me. So
But and you can do it on your wall. They have a way that you can get 2 eye hooks on your wall and hook it to a wall if you don't have a door near you. And she's like, and because everyone's throwing a fit, like, oh, I guess I can't do it because I don't have a door. And mine, like, my stair door opens up this way, but the bathroom door opens in, but it's not even like I'd have a hard time seeing a TV. But I think I might just hook it on a wall in here. And she's like, put a plant in front of it if you don't want people to see it, but you can like take it down. Like we rant, but I'm like, I'll just like take it down and fill in the holes when I leave. So you can just screw 2 eye hooks at like $7 to get what you need to hook it to your wall if you don't have a door that you can do it on. So,
okay.
because people are being so bratty about it, and she's like, you guys, it's all a decision. Like if you're gonna throw a fit that you need, she's like, I'm trying to help you like have more equipment for your gym, like more options, and you're throwing a fit that you need equipment for this program. So just don't do it if you're gonna throw a fit about it. But yeah, I'm so excited about it.
Me too. And it also comes with the accessories bundle. It comes with, they have like throughout the program, like her test group, she said that they had like these things that, like a tracker kind of for like the reps and stuff like that. So that will come with it. I think it's a dry erase board. And then obviously like the getting started guide, but it's going to be like $99 for the accessories bundle.
Yeah. I might just my Beachbody on Demand does in January, so I might just cancel my Beachbody on Demand and get a full on, and my Shakeology, and get a full on, because Shakeology and Beachbody on Demand alone would be like the entire challenge pack. Yeah, everything. So anyways, I'm excited about it. We just need to get so excited about it and talk about it like crazy and share the highlight videos in our stories, and you know, I don't know, you guys. I just think
talking about, hold on, they were talking about the Facebook VIP like group. I can't find the group for that. Like it's like the VIP launch group on Facebook.
Is it open now already, or is it?
You can join now, and it starts next week when it.
But I don't know which one it is. There's like so many groups when you click in VIP, so I don't know exactly which one it is.
I'll look and see if I can find it. But okay, so December, you guys, make a goal today of how many people you want to help in December. And just like, I'm going to make a goal to be consistent with my tracker 5 days a week. And then come January, I want to do 6 days a week and have my Sundays off. But 5 days a week, just consistently 10 people a day, if that's all you can do. And like, I think we just need to get out of our heads and get back into like realizing, oh, I got sun coming through. Realizing that we can do this, and it is not as hard as we're making it feel. You know what I mean? And we need to get rid of like our beliefs that's holding us right here, because we're capable of anything if we just like decide to go do it. And it's all about consistency. Like, I think, like Callie said, like she just hasn't been consistent enough. None of us have. Like, I've been consistent in groups, chunks of time that I could crush things, but I don't think I've ever been, like, my problem has been like, oh, I would hustle my butt off and hit Success Club 10 or above by the 10th. That was always my goal. And then I would do nothing like the rest of the month. And then, so every month I'm like, can you imagine if we're every month clear to the last day, consistent and showing up, and how much would just keep rolling into the following month, and we would never have to worry.
Momentum. Yeah.
So it's like, you can't just get to your goal and stop and wait for the next month. Like, it's got to keep rolling, keep going, clear till the last day.
Yeah, I think, Kate, both of us, like, we also like struggle with that because of how Mom has always been with her businesses. You know, it's like she's like gung-ho for a little bit and then just completely falls off and stuff, and I'm like, that's totally what I've been doing.
It is.
Are you ready to do school?
No, I got
Oh, you do? You gotta do poop patrol with Dad. It's poop patrol day.
Are they cleaning up the dog poop in the yard?
Get your shoes and go get your gloves on.
I need. Daddy said I can't wear tennis shoes.
You can't wear tennis shoes? Why?
Just sandals.
Okay, go get them.
Kate,
this kid needs help.
His hair.
Look at this.
It's long, but I think it's cute on top. Long like that.
I don't know what to do with it, though. He has school pictures this week.
And you look like a crazy maniac, mister. You should play the guitar and then play back.
I know. Be careful. Get down. All right.
Hey, guys. I'm going to let you go, but let's get our game plan for December figured out and share it, and just like it's a choice. It's really,
Yep.
it doesn't have to be that hard. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, have a good
Thanks.
day.
I needed
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.